Hi students. So till now we have completed the endocrine gland, that was pancreas. Today we are going to discuss the last part of this chapter, that is the endocrine glands, that is your gonads. We're going to discuss the gonads, and then we'll finish the chapter. Will be finished. So the gonads are actually in gonads we're going to talk about the testes and ovaries, their origin, their function, hormones, what are the different types of hormones secreted by this two endocrine gland in detail. First, the gonads, they develop from the mesodermal of embryo. That means they are mesodermal in origin. Okay, so the gonads are basically mesodermal in origin. So gonads are actually basically two types. One is your testis, what we can see in case of male. Another one is your ovaries, what we can see in case of female, right? So in the diagram also, which is there on your screen, you can see, and the testis, these are actually endodermal in origin, and the ovaries, mesodermal in origin, and the ovaries, they are also mesodermal in origin. See, basically the gonads are the sex glands. The ovaries and the testes, these are the sex glands. They produce ova and sperms respectively, but also secrete certain hormones. So that's why they are having both the functions. So that's why they are actually heterocrine gland. They have both the part of exocrine and endocrine. Right. So we'll talk about the first gland, that is your testis, and then we'll talk about some other glands, the ovaries, that is the second gland we'll talk about, and then we'll discuss certain other accessory glands, endocrine glands, that also we'll discuss, and also we'll discuss placenta. Okay. Now, first is your testis. So testis are basically, they are always present in, they are actually, testes are paired structures, and have endocrine and exocrine part both. So they have both the part, endocrine part and exocrine part both. दोनों ही होता है उनमें, endocrine part भी होता है, exocrine part भी होता है. ठीक है. Now the endocrine part is actually the group of cells present in between the seminiferous tubules. See, there is a structure. If we see the structure of the testis in detail, so we can see that where this endocrine part is actually present. It is present in between the seminiferous tubule. Seminiferous tubule के बीच में रहता है. So when we'll study the next chapter, that is your reproduction. So there we will see the diagram in detail. Here I'm just giving you a small diagram to give you some idea. So this is the structure, and we'll see this is the TS section, and we'll see this testis TS section in detail in the next chapter. So we'll see this seminiferous tubules are there. So in between the seminiferous tubules, this endocrine part of the testis is actually located. Fine. And these cells are actually scattered in the connective tissue. Fine. So basically the endocrine part is it's a group of cell presents in between the seminiferous tubule, that is, the cells are scattered in the connective tissues known as interstitial cells or Leydig cells. तो इन सेल का नाम क्या है, इनको हम क्या कह सकते हैं, इनका दूसरा नाम है इंटरस्टिशियल सेल और Leydig cells. एंडोक्राइन जो पार्ट है टेस्टिस का, उसमें जो those cells which actually comprises, which actually making the endocrine part of the testis, are actually interstitial cell, or other name of those cells are Leydig cells. Okay, and they are actually stimulated by the hormone secreted by anterior pituitary. We have discussed in the beginning of the chapter, right? So The anterior pituitary, they are secreting certain hormones which are going to stimulate the cells, these interstitial cells or the Leydig cells, which is the actually the endocrine part of the testis. And then after it gets stimulation from the anterior lobe of the pituitary, it is going to secrete its hormone, right? Now this Leydig cells actually secretes androgens. Okay, so androgens are actually basically what? Androgens are actually male sex hormone. और कितने तरह के होते हैं? बेसिकली 4 तरह के होते हैं, ठीक है? टेस्टोस्टेरॉन, एंडोस्टेरॉन, एपिएंडोस्टेरॉन, डिहाइड्रो एपिएंडोस्टेरॉन। हमने थोड़ी देर पहले भी पिछले चैप्टर पिछले एक ग्लैंड में पढ़ रहे थे सेक्स कॉर्टिकॉइड्स, उसमें हमें देखा था, ठीक है? सो टेस्टोस्टेरॉन, एंडोस्टेरॉन, एपिएंडोस्टेरॉन एंड डिहाइड्रो एपिएंडोस्टेरॉन। तो ये 4 तरह के आपके जो हॉर्मोन्स होते हैं वो कौन रिलीज करता है? वो टेस्टिस प्रोड्यूस करता है या सीक्रेट करता है अंडर द इन्फ्लुएंस ऑफ एंटीरियर पिट्यूटरी। एंटीरियर पिट्यूटरी के इन्फ्लुएंस में जब स्टिमुलेशन होता है तो हमारे टेस्टिस के जो एंडोक्राइन पार्ट है वो फिर ये 4 तरह के हॉर्मोन्स उसको रिलीज करते हैं, जिसमें कौन कौन है? अब वो ये जो 4 तरह के हॉर्मोन्स है ना, इनको हम ये दिस इज अ ग्रुप ऑफ हार्मोन एक्चुअली, and that group of hormone which is secreted by the Leydig cell or the interstitial cells are known as androgens, ठीक है? और उनमें कितने तरह के हॉर्मोन्स है? 4। क्या क्या है? टेस्टोस्टेरॉन, एंडोस्टेरॉन, एपिएंडोस्टेरॉन एंड डिहाइड्रो एपिएंडोस्टेरॉन। ओके, अभी काम क्या है इसका? फंक्शन एक एक करके डिस्कस करेंगे। सी दिस इज द लास्ट पार्ट ऑफ द चैप्टर एंड दिस इज वेरी सिंपल। And now in this chapter we only need to focus, we're not going to discuss the structure of the testis in detail. We'll do it in the next chapter, that is in your class 12. In human reproduction we'll see this, the testis in detail, their structure, then the secondary sexual characters, especially the secondary sexual organ, okay, everything in detail, like ovary structure in detail, menstrual cycle, okay. So here what we are going to discuss, we are only going to discuss about the hormones which are secreted by these glands. What is its function? That's all. That much we need to know in this chapter. So please be focused and please try to understand. So we have till now we have understood that the endocrine part of the testis, it is secreting certain hormones, and the entire group is known as androgens. There are 4 different types of hormones we have discussed. Now let us discuss about the function. क्या काम करती है सारे जो आपके एंड्रोजेंस हैं? What is the function of this androgen hormone? First, it helps in the development of the secondary sex organ. Example: epididymis, then prostate gland, then penis, then seminal vesicles, etc. So ये जो आपकी अभी हम बात करें ना, पेनिस, सेमिनल वेसिकल, प्रोस्टेट ग्लैंड, एपिडिडाइमिस, ये कहाँ होता है, क्या है इसका लोकेशन, ये सब हम डिटेल में पढ़ेंगे नेक्स्ट चैप्टर में। बस हम यहाँ पे इतना जानना है कि ये सारे जो पार्ट है, ये सेक्स ऑर्गन के जो मेल सेक्स ऑर्गन है उसका जो मतलब ये एक्चुअली है सेकेंडरी मेल सेक्स ऑर्गन, इसको ये डेवलप करने में हेल्प करता है। ये टेस्टिस के पार्ट्स है, ठीक है? टेस्टिस में या फिर टोटल जो टेस्टिस से आपके पेनिस या टेस्टिस, ये सब मिलके ये पूरा जो सिस्टम बनता है। तो ये सारे जो छोटे छोटे ऑर्गन्स है इसको बनने में, इसको एक्चुअली डेवलप होने में हेल्प करता है ये सारे एंड्रोजन हार्मोन्स। ये पहला फंक्शन है। दूसरा क्या है? इट हेल्प्स इन द डेवलपमेंट ऑफ सेकेंडरी सेक्स कैरेक्टर्स। इसमें हेल्प करता है, इट हेल्प्स इन द डेवलपमेंट ऑफ सेकेंडरी सेक्स कैरेक्टर्स। Secondary sex characters in case of male, what are those characters? When the male has become completely mature, then what are the different types of characteristic feature what we can see? First, the facial hair. Facial hair आ जाता है male में after a certain age, right? Then male-like voice. There is a difference between the male voice and the female voice, so that is also like secondary sexual characters. Then broadening of the शोल्डर जो होता है ब्रॉड, उसको वो ब्रॉडनिंग होता है, ठीक है? ब्रॉड हो जाता है। देन इलोंगेशन ऑफ लॉन्ग बोन और भी ग्रोथ होता है, लंबा होता है। एंड इट प्रोमोट्स स्पर्मेटोजेनेसिस, मतलब स्पर्म बनना शुरू हो जाता है। इसमें कौन हेल्प करते हैं? ये सारे हार्मोन्स हेल्प करते हैं, ठीक है? नेक्स्ट इज आल्सो हेल्प इन इरेथ्रोपोएसिस। और किस में हेल्प करता है? इट इज ऑल्सो हेल्प्स इन इराइथ्रोपोएसिस। इराइथ्रोपोएसिस क्या होता है? इराइथ्रोपोएसिस का मतलब होता है योर प्रोडक्शन ऑफ आरबीसी। आरबीसी को बनने में या प्रोडक्शन होने में भी ये मदद करता है। इट इज ऑल्सो हेल्प्स इन इराइथ्रोपोएसिस। ठीक है। अब देखो ये जो एंड्रोजन हार्मोन्स है, अगर ये कम अगर सीक्रेट होने लग गए, कम अगर सीक्रेट हुआ तो क्या होगा? इन दैट केस यूनिक टियोइडिज्म, यूनिक टियोइडिज्म करके एक सिचुएशन या फिर हम कह सकते हैं एक कंडीशन डेवलप हो जाएगा। उसमें क्या होता है? इन दिस केस द सेकेंडरी सेक्स ऑर्गन वुड नॉट डेवलप प्रॉपर्ली। अगर ठीक से एंड्रोजन, अभी हमने पढ़ा ना कि सारे जो सेक्स सेकेंडरी सेक्स ऑर्गन है, कैरेक्टर्स है, इसको डेवलप करने में ये सारे एंड्रोजन मदद करते हैं। अगर ये प्रॉपर ऑप्टिमम क्वांटिटी में नहीं सीक्रेट हो रहे हैं बॉडी में थ्रू बाय द एंडोक्राइन पार्ट ऑफ द टेस्टिस, एज ए रिजल्ट क्या होगा? इसका मतलब ये सारे जो सेक्स ऑर्गन है, ये सेकेंडरी सेक्स ऑर्गन है, सेकेंडरी सेक्सुअल कैरेक्टर्स, ये डेवलप नहीं होगा प्रॉपर्ली, है ना। एंड इसी कंडीशन को हम बोलते हैं यूनिक टियोइडिज्म। ओके, सो दिस इज यूनिक टियोइडिज्म। इसमें क्या होगा? इन दिस केस द सेकेंडरी सेक्स ऑर्गन वुड नॉट डेवलप प्रॉपर्ली एंड नॉट द सेकेंडरी कैरेक्टर्स एज वेल, राइट? And if someone is suffering from this condition are known as eunuch, okay, or eunuch or neuter. That means they are not sexually active. They are sexually neutral or inactive because the secondary sexual organs, sex organs are also not developed, and the secondary sexual characters are also not developed properly. As a result, that particular male is sterile, or we can say it's the particular name male will be neutral. Okay, and that condition is called unique tioidism. Right, now next is other hormones and their functions. Now this is we're going to discuss about the ovaries. Okay, and we can also call those male as normally they are actually we termed as sterile. Sterile means they are reproductive phase, or they are not reproductively active. So reproductively they are not active. Okay, now this is, please you all of you please write. Now actually here we are starting the ovaries, so you can write here, these are ovaries. This is the next topic, ovaries. Okay, so this is ovaries. So you can write ovaries. So actually this is the, now this is next topic is ovaries. We have just completed testis, the hormone secreted by testis, and what is its function. Now we'll talk about the ovaries. This is the female part. Ovaries, what we can see in case of female. So in case of male we can see the testis, and we have already discussed the testis, the hormone secreted by the testis, and what is its function we have discussed. Now we'll discuss about the ovaries. See, ovaries are also 2 in number in case of the female. अब देखो, one more thing I will discuss before we continue. See, the testis actually present outside the abdominal cavity in case of male. That is present inside the scrotum, a sac-like structure where it is, these testicles are present in case of male. But in case of female, the ovaries are actually present inside the abdominal cavity. Abdominal cavity. Okay, and their number is also 2. Left side 1, right side 1. Okay. Now they are producing certain hormone. Okay, so the main hormones we discuss first, that is your estrogen and progesterone. What is its function? That we will discuss. See, estrogen is a group of steroid hormones, and these hormones are of many types. Okay, like beta estradiol, then estrone, etc. Now, what is its function? It is secreted by the ovaries, but what is its main function? That we need to discuss. See, the function is it helps in the development of sex organ and the female sex organ, and it is also help in the development of female secondary sexual characters. So, female secondary sex organ and secondary sexual characters for both the purpose. Just like in the previous case we have seen, in case of the testis, the androgens are helping in the development of the secondary sex characters and secondary sex organ. The same way, this estrogen is actually helping in the development of estrogen and progesterone. They are actually helping in the development of secondary sex characters and secondary sexual characters and secondary sex organs, both. Right? The functions are almost same, just it is different. In case of male, it is different. In case of female, it is different. Now, what are the different characteristics? The different characteristics in case of female, we can see sexual characteristics or characters like oogenesis. In case of male, we see spermatogenesis. Now, in this case, we will see oogenesis. Then, what is the next thing we will see? What is the main? What is other functions? What is actually done by this hormone, or the hormones are helping in? What are the other functions? Oogenesis. Then it is also helping in menstrual cycle. That is your menstruation, right? So this oogenesis, menstrual cycle, everything we'll discuss in the next chapter in class 12th. So don't worry about that. Only we need to have this idea and the knowledge that these hormones are responsible for this type of processes. Right. What are the characteristic features? Secondary sexual characteristic features. Like it is also helping. These hormones are also helping in the enlargement of the breast, then female-like voice, then estrogen also decreases the FSH, that is follicular stimulating hormone, and increases the LH from the pituitary. So it is depends on the estrogen, presence of estrogen, that it is going to decrease. Estrogen is actually responsible for the decrease of the FSH and increase of the LH from the pituitary. So it is controlling the level or the concentration of FSH, and it is also helping to release the LH from the pituitary. Right. Next, hyposecretion of estrogen. So first is if the estrogen is secreted in less quantity, तो क्या होगा? Okay. As a result, the ovaries will not function properly. And if the ovaries are not working properly, then what will happen? The female will be reproductively inactive, or we can also say the female is sterile. Last case what we have seen, in case of male, male was sterile because of that less androgen production. Here the less estrogen production, the female will get sterile. Right? Now progesterone is the next hormone. Now this hormone is also secreted by the special type of. Now this is a different case. Now this progesterone is actually secreted by a corpus luteum. So first of all, you need to know what is corpus luteum. Okay. Now whenever there is there are many follicles are present in each ovary. Each month, alternatively, one follicle will come out and that will get mature. A single follicle will come out and it will get mature, and that is called Graafian follicle. Right. Now the Graafian follicle after ovulation का मतलब क्या है? जब वो follicle mature हो जाता है, primary से secondary से tertiary form में पहुंच जाएगा, mature हो जाएगा, तो क्या होगा? Ovulation होता है. Ovulation का मतलब होता है अंदर में जो egg develop हुआ, the egg which is actually matured inside this Graafian follicle, it will come out, and now the sac-like structure what remains, that actually forms that get modified and it forms a structure called corpus luteum. And that corpus luteum is actually also secreting a hormone that is called your progesterone. We'll discuss everything in detail in the chapter of reproduction, so don't worry. Now the Graafian follicle is a big structure. It's a very big structure. It's actually comparatively big structure. We'll see also where the egg is encloses inside. Just now I have discussed, right? Graafian follicle के अंदर क्या होता है? Egg होता है. जो mature होने के बाद after the ovulation it is coming out, and the sac-like structure what remains of the Graafian follicle, that will get modified and it will form the corpus luteum, and from there the progesterone is get released. Right? Fine. The same thing is mentioned here, so you can write. Now, what is its function? We need to discuss one by one. First, it helps in thickening of the endometrium wall of uterus. See the endometrium, see menstrual cycle, at the end of the menstrual cycle, what is happening? There is a bleeding. Bleeding can be seen at the end of the cycle. Why? Why it is happening? Because the endometrium wall is actually getting destroyed slowly. Okay, because there is no implantation. Implantation means after the sperm arises or after the fertilization with the sperm and the ova, then the zygote will form and it will be implanted in the on the endometrial wall. And if it is not happening, then what will happen? This wall will get degenerated or it will get destroyed, and because of the bleeding is happening. That is the reason. Now this progesterone is helping in what purpose? To maintain the thickness of the wall, or to actually help in it maintaining, or to improve the thickness of the endometrial wall, right? It also helps in the implantation of placenta. It also helps in the implantation of placenta. See, placenta is actually a very important part during the pregnancy. Placenta is the part, or placenta is the it's a connecting link between the growing embryo, developing embryo of the fetus and the mother. So the placenta is providing nutrition, also it is helping in the gaseous exchange. For all the purpose, the placenta is very important. And that placenta for implantation means to get settled. Okay, for implantation of the placenta also this progesterone is helping. Now progesterone is also decreases the secretion of LH. Just I have seen that your estrogen is also actually help to increase the LH from the pituitary, but in this case the LH get decreased by the action of progesterone. So progesterone decreases the LH and estrogen increases the LH. So that is a difference, you please remember. It also promotes the proliferation of mammary gland and enlargement. That means it also helps in the enlargement of the mammary gland, that is the enlargement of the breast. Right. Next, one more hormone is released by the ovaries. Okay. That is your relaxin. What is relaxin? It's secreted by the corpus albicans or corpus albicans. So what is corpus albicans? That is very important. Just now we have discussed, अभी हमने बात किया ना कि जो ग्राफियन फॉलिकल जब मैच्योर हो जाएगा तो एक बाहर निकल जाएगा, ओव्यूलेशन हो जाएगा, then the Graafian follicle, the rest of the Graafian follicle, it will modify it and it will form corpus luteum. Now the corpus luteum, it will again modify and it will form another structure that is called corpus albicans. Okay, and this albican, what it is doing at the end of the gestation period with the pregnancy period, that is called gestation period. Okay, so at the end of the gestation period, what it is doing, it helps in the parturition, that is basically soften the pubis symphysis. ठीक है, ये बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट, इसको आप अच्छे से समझिए. अभी कॉर्पस ल्यूटियम धीरे धीरे क्या होगा, मॉडिफाई होकर कॉर्पस एल्बिकन्स बन जाएगा. ठीक है, और ये कब होता है, जब प्रेगनेंसी मतलब सस्टेन करता है. Now when there is a pregnancy, that means there will be 9 months of the gestation period normally. 9 महीने लगता है हमारे मतलब ह्यूमन के केस में एम्ब्रायो को डेवलप होने में. Then after the completion of the 9 months, that is called gestation period. Okay, so after the 9 months there will be the next process, next step, that is called parturition, that is the birth of the child. And there for that, pubic symphysis is a part which is present in the female reproductive organ. If it is normally not soft, if it's need to be softened for the smooth passage of the baby during the birth, and it is done by the corpus albicans. Okay, and the corpus albicans is doing it how the corpus albicans is basically it is soften the pubic symphysis, It is by secreting the hormone called relaxin. So relaxin is going to that particular part of the female reproductive organ, and it relaxes the pubis symphysis, or it softens the pubis symphysis for smooth or like normal delivery of the child. Right. Now placenta. Now we'll discuss about some. Now we'll discuss about this. So this was till now we have discussed about the main endocrine glands in our body in case of male and female both. So these are the main endocrine gland, and by this we have finished all the important endocrine gland in our body. Now we will discuss about some temporary endocrine glands. So in that, first we will discuss about the placenta. I hope all of you have a basic idea about the placenta, what is placenta, and just now I have discussed about the placenta. It's a like a barrier, or we can say it's a connecting link between the baby and the mother, through which the nutrition, the nourishment, and all the gases exchange, everything is done, and also the immunity is also provided by the mother sometime, right? Now the placenta, what is placenta? It is a mechanical and a physiological connection between the maternal tissue and the developing fetus or embryo. Fetus means the developing embryo, is also known as fetus. So its primary role is what? To provide the nourishment and respiratory gases to developing embryo. ये पता है हमें, अभी जस्ट हमने डिस्कस किया. अब क्या है ना, ये जो प्लासेंटा है ना, they are also secreting certain hormones temporarily. Okay, so it acts as a temporary endocrine gland, secrete certain hormones. What are those hormones? We'll discuss one by one. First, estrogen, again the same estrogen, and also it can also release progesterone. Both are known to us, what is its function we have discussed. But there are two new hormones that you don't know, or maybe first time you are listening. That is human chorionic gonadotropin and human placental lactogen. HCG, that is human chorionic gonadotropin, or HCG, then human placental lactogen or HPL. क्या काम है फर्स्ट? सी पहला बात करेंगे HCG का, that is human chorionic gonadotropin. क्या काम है? It required to maintain the corpus luteum. Corpus luteum का स्ट्रक्चर मेंटेन रखने के लिए हमें इसकी जरूरत होती है. ठीक है, नेक्स्ट. It is the same hormone which is detected in the urine to detect the pregnancy. आजकल मार्केट में बहुत सारे प्रेगनेंसी किट अवेलेबल है, बहुत सारे टीवी में एडवर्टाइजमेंट भी देते हैं, आप सबने देखा होगा. सो जो प्रेगनेंसी किट है ना, वो हम प्रेगनेंसी किसी भी जो लेडी है या जो मदर है जो प्रेग्नेंट है, तो हम पता कैसे करते हैं? ये जो पर्टिकुलर हार्मोन है HCG, ये उनके यूरिन में अगर मिला, इसका मतलब है कि वो लेडी प्रेग्नेंट है. कैसे? क्योंकि प्लेसेंटा ही ये हार्मोन रिलीज करता है. प्लेसेंटा दो हार्मोन जो है वो टेम्परेरी रिलीज करता है, जो बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है, और जो नॉर्मल केसेस में या नॉर्मल कंडीशन में नहीं रिलीज करेगा, सिर्फ प्रेगनेंसी में ही रिलीज करता है, क्योंकि प्लेसेंटा प्रेगनेंसी में ही बनता है. if some lady is get pregnant, then only the placenta will develop, and because of the placenta is developed, it will release certain temporary hormones, because it is working as a temporary endocrine gland. So the two most important hormones are HCG, that is a human chorionic hormone, and this human chorionic hormone will be detected in the urine as well. ठीक है ना, इसीलिए हम क्या करते हैं, यूरिन टेस्ट करते हैं, और यूरिन में हमें क्या मिलेगा? यूरिन में हमें ये वाला HCG हार्मोन मिलेगा. अगर हमें मिल गया तो हम उसे बोलेंगे पॉजिटिव, अगर नहीं मिला तो हम बोलेंगे प्रेगनेंसी इज नेगेटिव. सो इस टेस्ट का नाम क्या है? इस टेस्ट का नाम जिससे हम पता कर सकते हैं यूरिन टेस्ट करके उसके अंदर हार्मोन HCG है कि नहीं, इसको देख के हम पता कर सकते हैं कि लेडी प्रेग्नेंट है कि नहीं. इसे हम कहते हैं ग्रेविनटेक्स टेस्ट. क्या कहते हैं हम इसे? ग्रेविनटेक्स टेस्ट. यहां पे है, देखो, ग्रेविनटेक्स टेस्ट. ठीक है, so this is the test, Gravity's test. Now next is HPL, that is human placental lactogen. See, it is responsible for the growth of mammary gland. Mammary gland की growth के लिए responsible होता है ये वाला हार्मोन. ठीक है, क्यों? अभी देखो प्रेगनेंसी है तो जो नॉर्मल ब्रेस्ट है तो वो थोड़ा ग्रोथ हो जाएगा, क्योंकि फॉर बेटर सिक्रेशन ऑफ द मिल्क फॉर द ब्रेस्ट फीडिंग ऑफ द फीटस. हाँ, इसके लिए जो है आपका जो ग्रोथ है मेमरी ग्लैंड का वो थोड़ा ज्यादा होगा. ठीक है, एंड अदर नेम ऑफ द सेम हार्मोन, दैट इज ह्यूमन प्लेसेंटल लैक्टोजन, इज chorionic somatomamotropin. Chorionic somatomamotropin. So this is another name. Chorionic somatomamotropin. तो ये आपको याद रखना पड़ेगा. दिस इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. HPL का दूसरा नाम. ठीक है, ह्यूमन प्लासेंटा लैक्टोजन का दूसरा नाम. Now the next accessory glands. Apart from this, so the temporary glands we have discussed. Now we will discuss some other accessory glands, right? Now accessory gland means apart from the endocrine gland, there are certain part of our body which are actually they are not having the they are not actually real their actual endocrine gland, but they sometime also or they are actually releasing certain hormones, and those are actually called accessory endocrine glands. They are not main endocrine gland, they are accessory endocrine glands. And also at the same time, please try to understand and don't get confused, they are not temporary. Kidney is not temporary. Kidney will present throughout your life. Heart will also present throughout your life, right? So they are not temporary, they are accessory. Yeah, they are not main endocrine gland, but they are also secreting in the hormones. So that's why we are considering them as endocrine gland, but as accessory endocrine glands, right? So in that case, first is your kidney. Kidney क्या करता है? It secrete the erythropoietin. ठीक है? इसका काम क्या है? It stimulate the bone marrow. इससे क्या होगा फायदा? To produce RBC. RBC के प्रोडक्शन के लिए इराथ्रोपोएटिन स्टिमुलेट करता है बोन मैरो को, और वो कहां से रिलीज होता है? आपका किडनी से, जो हार्मोन उसका नाम है इराथ्रोपोएटिन हार्मोन. ठीक है. नाउ द सीक्रेशन इज एक्चुअली कंट्रोल्ड बाय सर्टेन सिचुएशन. अब देखो, ये जो किडनी से इराथ्रोपोएटिन रिलीज होगा, ये भी दो कंडीशन में होगा. पहला कंडीशन क्या है? इफ देयर इज ब्लीडिंग. अगर बहुत ज्यादा ब्लीडिंग हो गया तो फिर क्या होगा? हमें फिर से आरबीसी डेवलप ज्यादा प्रोडक्शन करना जरूरी है, तो फिर ऑटोमेटिकली इराथ्रोपोएटिन रिलीज हो जाएगा और बोन मैरो को स्टिमुलेट करेगा, और इससे क्या होगा? बोन मैरो आपका आरबीसी प्रोडक्शन स्टार्ट करेगा. नेक्स्ट क्या कंडीशन है? इफ द पर्सन गोज टू हायर एल्टीट्यूड. ठीक है ना? अगर पर्सन मतलब ऊंचाई पे जाएगा, कोई व्यक्ति, जैसे आपने पहले भी पढ़ा होगा, the people who are living in like altitude, higher altitudes, they are having the RBC count is more in those people compared to the people are living in on plains, है ना? तो किस लिए होता है? हाइट से भी ये डिफर करता है, हाइट भी इसको इन्फ्लुएंस करता है. ठीक है. So that's why if the person goes in higher altitude, then the kidney will release the erythropoietin hormone, and it will stimulate the bone marrow to produce more RBC. Next, heart. That is also you have already studied. That is ANF, atrial natriuretic factor. Okay. So heart produces the hormone known as ANF, that is atrial natriuretic factor. Okay. और कहाँ से होता है ये रिलीज? कार्डियोसाइट्स ऑफ एट्रिया. ठीक है. So cardiocyotes are type of cell which is present on the heart, and from those cells, or these cells are responsible for the secretion of ANF. ठीक है. अभी कब होता है? whenever the blood pressure is promotes in the बढ़ जाता है. in case of excretion of iron as a result, the to lower the blood pressure, that means ANS decreases or lower the blood pressure to normal. तो जब ब्लड प्रेशर बढ़ जाता है हमारे बॉडी में, तो उसको कंट्रोल करने के लिए कौन हमें हेल्प करता है? ANF या फिर एट्रियल नाट्रियूरेटिक फैक्टर. Okay, so by this we have finished the chapter, that is your chemical control and coordination. So from Monday onwards we'll try to start a new chapter, or maybe we'll do some I'll give you some assignments and questions. So let's see. So next we'll discuss and we'll start the next chapter, that is your reproduction, that is class 12. So good news to all of you that we have finished by this. The class 11 syllabus is over. This is the diagram what we can see on your screen right now. This is for ovaries. So we'll discuss in detail all those things later on. So you don't worry. So till now, take care, be safe, stay at home. We'll meet in the next lecture. Thank you.